Okay, today I'm going to show you how to freeze Tron for energy and for bandwidth. I get this comment kind of often, and I'm going to show you why you want to freeze Tron. First of all, we just got a massive payout. I mean, I've made 2 videos already this morning. We just got 32,542 is what I got. That's what I'm in my wallet right now, in this payout. It was just ridiculous. I think we crossed over $80 million in dividends, and it's already at 64,000. We just had a payout a few minutes ago. Like a minute and a half ago, we're already at 64,000. I don't think it's going to slow down. I mean, we might break 100 million dividends on this next time, and maybe 110, 120 million. I mean, more people figure out about this, even though I tell people this shouldn't be your first investment, you shouldn't be a part of this, blah, blah, blah. You know, especially if you're new to crypto. I think there's a lot of people that are just now getting fiat in. You know, I haven't said a whole lot. I know people that are like into commodities and various risky real estate investments and stock market investments, futures trading. You know, I know some people that do different types of stuff like that. It's not like I know a ton of them, but I know a few of them. And they've not even looked at this. But if they looked at this, they would be ready to FOMO in as well. It takes time to go from, I mean, it takes a few days to go from US dollars to Bitcoin, Bitcoin to Binance, and Binance to Tron. And I've got a link in the description of this video about how to go from Coinbase to Binance. And before you say you can buy Bitcoin on Binance, not everybody can do that right now. There's a lot of states, several states actually, that can't, 5 or 6 states that can't. So I just give people the best, easiest advice for everyone. Just go through Coinbase to Binance. You can try to go straight to Binance. The links are in the description. And on Binance, you can sometimes buy with credit card, which I think is totally worth it when you're trying to seize an opportunity in the market. But you need to make that call on your own. Don't take my advice. I've lost more money in this space than I've made, so I'm definitely not an expert. Go do your own research. Don't be an idiot and follow me. But you can definitely get entertainment. If you look at my channel, it is classified under entertainment. Not news, not education, entertainment. Hopefully you're able to learn something to do your own research with, but that's it. Today I'm going to show you how to freeze Tron and talk to you why. Enough about that. We're going to get paid over here. Look, 84, 86,000 Tron. That's going to get sick. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm actually going to use pretty much all of this to mine more tokens, and I probably should mine at 50 TRX, but I might be mining at 70 or 100. But in theory, you want to be as low as possible to get thousands and thousands of bets so you can get the best possible price. Okay, enough about that. How do you freeze? So why would you want to freeze? First of all, it's important to understand when you look at Tron, when your Tron wallet, no matter which you have, Tron Link, Tron Pays, or whatever, you're going to see energy and bandwidth. You can see mine are empty because I've been mining. When you mine, it just shreds bandwidth and energy. Bandwidth is primarily used for doing transactions, and you probably have at least 5,000 bandwidth. Every account gets up to 5,000 bandwidth every single day, which should be enough for 25 transactions, sending and receiving Tron. Energy is used for interacting with smart contracts. So obviously when you're mining every few seconds, you know, and I think it's 100 and something energy, I think, for each interaction on, it varies between the smart contracts. Different smart contracts take different amounts. Maybe it's 200 or 300 something energy. I know if you know what bankroll is, that DApp currently, or that smart contract withdrawal contract, I think that thing takes like 500 energy to interact with. But you don't get any energy unless you freeze Tron. You can freeze Tron for energy, you can freeze Tron for bandwidth. And I'm going to show you why you want to do that here in a second. If you come over to tronscan.org, that's where and then you might have to log in with your wallet. Just click log in. And then what you would do is you would scroll. What you can do is, actually I got to remember how to do it. Ooh, Tron's back up 2.3 cents. That's awesome. Okay, so if you want to, I got to figure out how to do this. Oh, here's what I'll do. Come here, come to Tron Power. And there you go. And this is just an overview of your wallet, basically. This is how much I have frozen. There's a few reasons to freeze. One is you can earn a little bit of passive Tron, about 3 to 4%, 4.5% a year, just by keeping it frozen. The other reason to freeze it is so you have energy and bandwidth. And the reason right here, the reason that you want energy and bandwidth, I'm going to show you. These are smart contract transactions on 888 right now. So if you come down here and you see fee consumption, bandwidth usage 0 because I had 0. If you don't have bandwidth, it costs Tron. It costs 0.00443 Tron to do that transaction. If I would have had bandwidth, I would have been able to save this Tron. Now this is a really small amount. I don't worry about this too much. But look at energy consumption. Energy usage for this one, there was 38 there. You're getting energy back all the time, and it used 38. That's probably all I had. And then burning trying to get energy, it ended up costing 0.881. By the way, I think this is a something from a DEX. I don't think that's a. Let me go look at another one because I was seeing. Hang on, I was seeing much lower rates than that. I was seeing much lower rates than that. I thought it was closer to 0.05. Yeah. So the 0.08 was probably when I was. Oh no, there it is. That's why, because I had 38 and I got 48 here. Okay, there you go. No, it's a lower bandwidth too, a lower burn here. So these are whatever transactions these are. This is definitely looks more like what I was paying on 888. But as you can see, there's a cost. This is the bandwidth cost, and this is the energy cost. And then it probably went to 0, and then it had to burn 0.5. So clearly it's close to 0.8 Tron to interact with a transaction. 0.5, 0.8 Tron. But let's be conservative and say 0.5. So this is how much Tron you're burning with every transaction that if you don't have Tron frozen. So 0.5 Tron. Okay, there's about, let's figure out how many transactions there are in a, if you mine 24 hours straight, and you can calculate it yourself. I can tell you it's about every 4 seconds. I had someone count that and tell me. So it's about every 4 seconds that the smart contract's triggered, meaning that you flip over a card over here. About every 4 seconds. So 4 seconds divided by 60, well, wait a minute. Yeah, 4 seconds, 60 divided by 4, 60 seconds. 60 divided by 4. That's 15 transactions in a minute times 60 minutes is 900 transactions in a minute, in an hour, times 24 hours. That's 21,000 transactions. 21,000 transactions. And that's if you mine 24 hours straight. Not everybody's mining 24 hours. Maybe you're mining for 10 hours. That's still going to be close to about 10,000 transactions. Of these transactions, times that by let's just say 0.6. We'll try to be somewhere in the middle. It's about 12,000 Tron in 24 hours that you're going to spend in mining. And now, granted, some of those minings you're gonna win a little bit, so it's not gonna be quite that much. Some of those card flips you're gonna win a little Tron, so that actually that's kind of negligible. So you're gonna be spending every hour of mining. Let's go back to that. That's probably more reasonable. Every hour of mining, it was 15 transactions. So 15 times point. Is that right? No, there's 15 transactions in a minute. 15 times 60. 900 transactions in an hour times 0.6. Nope. 0.6. So it's about 540 Tron, if I'm doing that right, that you're going to be burning for energy costs every hour. So it saves you, and that right there will get you, about 15, 16, 17 tokens depending on your price. So that's why you want to freeze some Tron. And you're never going to, you might. It takes a lot of Tron not to spend, it takes a lot of Tron to freeze when you're using those smart contracts. So I just keep adding a little bit. Now today, I'm just going to mine. The returns I'm getting on mining, I don't really care because the returns are so high. But I have been freezing a little bit, and I want to show you how to freeze. So it's not easy to get. It's not intuitive. Go to wallet. I just go to power, and then come down here to freeze. When you freeze, choose the amount. I'll just say 1,000. I'm going to do for energy. The one thing I like about this is kind of a forced savings account for your Tron. And any Tron that you're not using, you might as well freeze it. Except it's frozen. Now it's locked up for 3 days. After 3 days, you're able to unfreeze it. I'm going to freeze some more for bandwidth. For bandwidth, confirm, freeze, accept. So it'll take a few minutes for this to go through. Let me see if it's going through yet. It'll take it a few minutes to go through. But once it goes through, you're able to vote with the frozen Tron. Voting's really important. It's part of what secures the network, or it's part of what governs the network, I should say. Freezing it helps secure the network. So you click on vote, and all votes are used. In a minute, when my Tron comes up, I'll have about 2,000 votes. And you can vote for anyone on this page, but the top 27 are super delegates. And super delegates are the people who get the proof of stake rewards. They get passive Tron for being a super delegate. And it's paid out like every 6 or 8 hours. And you can do all your research to figure out who to pay. Every one of these guys give back, or every one of these super delegates give back rewards to the people who voted for them. And currently, I'm voting for Intergalactic Gaming. You can check them out. You actually get part of their IGG token as well. They're a very unique project on the Tron network. They're building a esports betting platform. You can go look at their page or whatnot. And I also like to vote for Tron Spark. Currently, I've got everything on Intergalactic Gaming because I'm really interested in what they're doing. And they give 100% of their rewards back out to their community based on how much you have frozen with them. So it comes out to about 4% or so a year right now. Let me see if it's going through and I can vote. I want to show you how to vote. Oh, click here to start voting. There it is. There's 12,000. Okay, so I froze in Tron, so it's basically giving me all my votes back. So all you do is come back down here, and you just go to, I'm going to put them all right here. Submit votes. You've got to do that. Accept. Okay. And there you go. And I think when you submit votes, I think you have to wait. Like I have to wait till after this 4 hours. And I think I might be wrong, but the next round is when I'll get rewards for them. And that's how you freeze Tron. Now, another interesting note about Tron that's burned, I'll show you how it's burned for energy. I didn't know this till recently, yesterday. When Tron's burned for energy, it's actually burned, period, in the network. So it actually ends up decreasing the supply of Tron long term. So if other people are burning Tron and you're not having to burn Tron for your transactions, that is good for your holdings in Tron if other people are having to burn it for transactions. So I do recommend slowly building up your frozen Tron that you have over time. Now let's take a look at this. Let's see if I can see my Tron link. There, I've gotten more bandwidth because I just froze it, and I've gotten a little bit more here as well. So that's just going to be that many more transactions that I can do that I don't have to pay for until I run out of bandwidth and energy. Now, when I'm mining, I don't care. Currently, you need like 100,000 Tron probably. I don't know. You would need. I would have to calculate the transaction cost, whatever it costs for energy. You would need. I think it's 100 and something or 200 and something energy per transaction. You would just need a lot frozen to make sure that you have that in 24 hours. But every little bit that you have saves you money, obviously. And yeah, you can see that that's deducted from my balance. And I'm going back to mine. And I'm going to mine at, you know what? I probably should do this. I'm going to start mining at 100. Let's just see where we're at. Already. Look at that. 200,000. I'm telling you, we aren't even a minute out and we're almost at 200,000. We'll be at 500,000 probably when the minute's out. 500,000. Whew. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Links in the description. Be careful. This is a high-risk space. Don't follow my lead. This is entertainment. If you do what I do, you'll probably ultimately lose money because I'm putting all of this back into 888. And here we go. We are mining. Just to recap to mine, the price just went up on mining. Just to recap, the price went up. Now it's 880 Tron you have to wager. When I started doing this, I think it was 840 several days ago. It goes up 10 Tron every. So now we have to wager, not lose. You have to bet 880. But the house edge is 3.5%. So they know, minus energy cost, they know they're going to earn 3.5 or at least 3.5% is what you're going to end up paying over many thousands of bets. Remember, you can have a lucky streak or unlucky streak, and you can, lose more or less than 3.5%. You can bet 880 right now and lose it, you lose all 880. You can bet 880 right now and win it, and you get, 16 something, 17 something in Tron. But if you make enough bets over time, you're going to lose about 3.5% of what you ultimately wager. So when you're mining, what you do is you just put it to the highest possible win percent, because you're trying to lose as little as possible over time, and you're trying to have as little variance, as little up and down as you can have. You want to, I typically say if you have 1,000 bets, or less, because it can take, people don't realize that mathematically you can run hot for a long, long time. There's actually a story of a gentleman who played casino craps, and he went on a 7-year win streak on craps. The house edge was against him, and I forget, he made like $600-800 million in like 6 or 7 years. It was crazy. And then in 2 years, he lost it all, doing nothing different but playing the same game. It's just that the house edge ultimately caught up with him. So if you have 1,000 bets or less, you need to be, you should be, I'm breaking my own rules. I should be at 30, which in this case, the smallest you can bet is 50. So I should be at 50. But here's the thing. Yeah, the smallest bet is 50. On Tron Bet, the smallest bet is 10. Just so you know, those of you who are familiar with Tron Bet, I think they're going to get much higher dividends, because when you bet more, then there's more, 3.5% of 100 is 3.5 Tron. 3.5% of 10 is like 0.3 Tron. So I just think with their minimum bets being higher, I just think there's more potential for the dividends to go higher. That's my guess. I could be wrong. I might be an idiot. I cannot wait to see what the next 48 hours holds. I'm going to mine like crazy for the next 48 hours. And I'm waiting on some more Ethereum that I'm hoping to be able to convert to Tron as well. I'm going all in on this for a minute. I don't know. Maybe next time I'll withdraw. Or I know some people, they withdraw 75%, reinvest 25%. Some people withdraw 50, put in 50. Here's the bottom line. Even if you are familiar with the risk in this space, you got to just be careful. I mean, you got to have a plan. And my plan right now is to go all in for the next 48 hours. Stay tuned. Am I making a mistake? Let me know down below. What is your plan for the next? No, don't tell me your plan. Tell me this. How high do you think the dividends are going to go? We just got an 80 million dividend payout. Do you think we're going to hit 80 million again? Or do you think we're going to hit more in the next 2 days? Let me know what your thoughts are. Put it down in the comments below. Even if you're not, even if you're like, I'm not going to invest in this risky, crazy space, you can still guess. Put it down in the comments. What do you think the next dividends are going to be? Put it down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you got some use out of this video, and now you know how to freeze your Tron. Thanks for watching. Crazy.